Hello everyone and welcome to this Bay of Bengal conversation studio session on ease of doing business in a divided world. We're in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and this event is hosted by the Centre for Government Studies. My name is Charlie Campbell, I'm a senior correspondent for Time magazine. Obviously the world at the moment is seeing a lot of ruptures and fractures from nationalist economic policies and the fallout of the pandemic, lots of trade tariffs and export controls, which have made doing business extremely fraught prospect. To discuss how we can navigate and mitigate some of these challenges, I am delighted to welcome two very esteemed guests who I will ask to introduce themselves.
Hi Charlie, how are you? Thank you for bringing us on board for this discussion. I'm Morshedul Chaklader, Managing Director of TAS Group. TAS Group is Total Air Services, which is like we represent few airlines. We are the GSO of AirAsia, Maldivian Airline, Kuwait Airways, and Thai AirAsia. We are into some other businesses as well, especially with courier and international cargo. Along with that, I am thrilled to be a part of it, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Charlie, for this introduction. My name is Larocchia. I'm a marketing operation manager in Disal Consulting, as a consulting firm based in the south of Italy. Our business is based on three pillars: strategy, storytelling, communication, and training, regarding all these topics that we work for our clients.
Fantastic. Well, Laura, let me start with you. What are some of the challenges which you're seeing particularly prevalent at the moment in doing business globally, and how could we overcome them?
I mean, thank you for your question. Doing business in nowadays, I think it's never been easy, but now it's very hard with geopolitical change there nowadays. For over the past few decades, the world, we've been striving to a more globalized and interconnected world. And now it's like we have a sort of change of direction. So with the recent geopolitical tension, is like we're moving to be more fragmented, and it's difficult to work with the international actors. And particularly with our clients we work on, more difficult is in the manufacturing sector, energy sector, and even on technology sector. So this is, I think, that is in general the three sectors we have more difficult to work on. And if we work particularly in Italy, for example, of the situation to the ranking to ease of doing business, we can analyze two main aspects: a bureaucratic aspect and the credit access. That is not easy in Italy as in Bangladesh, as we can. I would like to listen the opinion of my of the other speaker. And so the most difficult is on these two aspects: bureaucratic and credit access. I don't know if we can.
Well, absolutely. Well, I would like to speak a little bit about the bureaucratic headwinds that sometimes you encounter, especially here in Bangladesh, as we're undergoing a political transition, and perhaps the interim government might want to act on some of your suggestions. So what advice would you have for Dr. Yunus if he was to create a playing field which is more conducive to business investment here?
Well. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you. It's a big thing you asked today. Interesting thing is, like, before advising,
it's not blinding or anything. Don't worry. It's
Before addressing anything to Dr. Yunus, first of all, like, I would like to start with the topic itself is very interesting. Like, ease of doing business in a world divided, right? So, first and foremost, there is no ease of doing business. Business is always tough, whether it's the world divided or undivided. Business is not easy. Doing business needs lots of passion, lots of patience, and lots of things needs to be put together to drive a good business. in my experience, as I said, I am into aviation and I am into other businesses. We are into banking business and in insurance as well, life insurance business. And just to expand more, we are into private ICD, container yard business as well, where we can see the exports. We have a container yard where the imports and exports are both taken place into that yard. But I would like to focus on the aviation sector for now. As you asked, like the things that we face into our daily life, like the most of these are internationally driven businesses. They as I say, AirAsia or Kuwait Airways or other airlines. When first we approached the airline or any other international businesses you approach from Bangladesh, they find it very interesting. And they find it like, okay, as because the market is there, any product you launch, if you can do proper marketing, if you can do proper campaign, if the quality is good, you know, it's better business than any parts of the world. Like India, the market is huge. Other than India, Bangladesh is the second biggest market, you can say. So if you can launch a product properly and a good thing, then people are there to buy it. So the heart of the business is sales. Once the sale is there, you, no matter how hard the things are, you can capitalize and you can go through it. So in that sense, like when AirAsia was approached to come down to Bangladesh for budget airline concept in Bangladesh, there had been so many things. The airline was okay to come down, but the bureaucratic issues over here in the country itself is tough to solve. That's where we came in, and we tried to solve all these respective portions where there is civil aviation, where there is ground handling issues, where there is bank guarantee issues, where there is other government and regulatory issues. So one by one we had to solve it and get on board, get the airline on board to Bangladesh to fly to Dhaka, Kuala Lumpur and to other destinations. So my suggestion would be, like, if we can mitigate these problems, or if we can make, for example, I was discussing with another friend of mine that, for example, issuing a bank guarantee from Bangladesh for the airline itself is very difficult, because the local banks in Bangladesh are not, all of them are not A categorized. So if it is not AAA rated bank, then if the local bank wishes to issue a bank guarantee, they can issue it. After that, you have to go to a Bangladesh bank to approve it, and then from there you have to take it to the international bank, and international bank have to counter guarantee it to make sure that the payment is secured. So these things needs to be eased. If this thing becomes easier, then more international companies will be coming down to Bangladesh and will be doing business in a more comfortable manner. Like, this is one of the examples, and other examples are like the landing rights. So if the landing rights, if the flight permits are made comfortable, like if you need to issue, I don't know, hundreds of pages write up and other details to make sure that this bureaucratic process are going on, it can be done online as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it can be made, like, things can be eased. That's what my focus is for now. And other than that, like, there are political issues, but I tried to jot down some points which I wanted to discuss. I don't know whether I'm talking most of the or not. The regulatory challenges, then geopolitical tensions, then market access, and then supply chain distributions. All these points which I can focus more and elaborate more to talk about. But
well, absolutely, we'd like to unpack some of those. But Lara, to go back to you, in Italy, you've got sort of bureaucratic problems as well, but also you said talk about the access to finance. In what way is technology like digital currencies helping to smooth some of these issues and sort of facilitate access to investment for businesses?
Yeah, I mean, right now, digital payment and cryptocurrency and so on and so forth is not really related to bureaucratic and democratic access. I mean, is that until now, European Union, it was not agree on use of this technological connection with with payment, but now something is changed because European Union realized that it's something we need to. That people need to use, and that's why European Union needs to support this this way. Otherwise, people start searching other way that's not legal. But if we come back to the bureaucratic and credit access, the problem is, pretty much similar to what we can see in Bangladesh. I did some research about the difference over Italy and Bangladesh, and it's impressive to see how there's there's similarities, even if we geographically we are located in a different part of the world.
But there are similar issues between both the countries. Even with most of the countries, I would like to say, because not only in Bangladesh or Italy, if you go to every country has their own issues. Which makes it difficult to categorize the topic, the ease of doing business in a divided world. Because, even even I tried establishing some kind of businesses in America because, I have some establishment over there, and some. My brother is a public chartered accountant, CPA, so he stays there. So I tried to establish some liaison between the countries. Even over there are issues, there are blockages, there are things which makes it difficult to start up a business with a foreigner, being an international entrepreneur. But if you are a local there, it's easier.
Yeah.
Same goes with Bangladesh. If I'm a local, that's where there are norms. Like even if you start a business in Dubai or Malaysia, you have to have 51% partnership or 51% share with the local, and the rest 49%.
In a lot of places,
and rest now 49% or 47% is the foreign investment. So this is one of the biggest challenge, right? Because a multinational company or an international company who wants to invest in your country, if he can only have 49% and the majority control is on the local person, how do you run the show? Because your way of running it is a different plan. You have so much of investment, you have so much of knowledgeable key persons. So if it is the control is under your local company and the local partner you chose is not as supportive as you thought, then the things become tough, right? That's where it becomes like, even if some good investors or if some big multinational companies wants to come down to Bangladesh, they back out because when they see the policies. So these policies needs to be eased for them. Yes, there should be a policy, may not be 5149 policy. There should be other ways to work it out. I don't know, I don't have any suggestion at the moment, but there must be some other ways, because if I'm an international, if I want to go and do my business in Malaysia or Singapore or Thailand, I don't want my majority control to be on the local partner's hand, right?
Well, in Singapore, you don't have to do that. It's very easy.
In Singapore, you can have 100% control of your business.
It would take you 15 minutes to set up a company in Singapore. And
I bring out Singapore from my In Thailand, you go, it's same. Malaysia, you go, it's same. Dubai, you go, it's same. So these policies breaks you going to a different country and do your business.
Absolutely. So, you mentioned the US and sort of the headwinds there. I mean, there's a new president coming in. Well, I say new president, but there's another president coming in January who has advocated 60% tariffs on Chinese imports and 20% tariffs on European and everything. Although, to be fair, the President-elect Trump, the Biden administration has maintained its tariffs on China, and it seems like it's a bipartisan consensus now that we are living in a tariff export-controlled world. I mean, Lara, how problematic is that, the fact that this rising protectionism and sort of nationalist economic policies in the world, and how can businesses try to navigate those?
I mean, I think that is a direction we are already on the way before in the recent year for the conflicts, even in Russia and Ukraine, and even for USA and China, and for Israeli situation. So I think this is the direction, and the government, even in Europe and even in USA, has just confirmed this direction. That's why, I mean, in a certain way, we can focus on still a business internationally. At the other side, we have to focus on the business in nationalism. I mean, in period of crisis, usually countries in the history tend to protect their own business in the country. So I think this is something that it's happened even starting from COVID and the crisis that arrived from COVID, and so I think something that still continue in that direction.
Yeah. I would like to elaborate a bit on this same topic, because this was one of my points. This is a geopolitical tension, right? So America has been, will be more will be putting more sanction onto China. Their VATs will increase, their tariffs will increase, all these things will increase. But do you think this will actually help America to reduce trade with China? Because from my point of view, even if you put higher tariff or a higher VAT or whatever the sanction you start putting on China, there's no other country to support the need that you need.
Yeah.
That's why what will happen, even the other day, I was thinking of this way of doing the business. Interesting thing is, like, I'm into home appliances business as well. So instead of sending product directly from China, I am trying to import my air conditioners, AC and fridge and other refrigerators and washing machines in Bangladesh, manufacture it over here, and then ship it from here to US.
Right.
The VAT, tariffs, everything reduces. The sale of China stays the same. The product is somehow or other is a Chinese product going to America, saying it as a Bangladeshi product. So this is what it is. Like, it's like, from my point of view, I see these things. There are geopolitical issues, or there are sanctions. There are things people try to put pressure onto the other party, other country, but ultimately it doesn't help much.
No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, but it does shift some of the profits and everything. This whole trend of friendshoring, we see Malaysia, especially in Vietnam and India and now Bangladesh, are obviously benefiting from some of these trade tariffs.
In that sense, it's better.
True.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I speak to the leaders of these countries, they all rail against the tariffs and say we're all for free trade, and yet they're actually the ones who are reaping the benefits from some of these policies. So it's interesting. But I mean, do you think that this actually instills resilience in the supply chains, or is it just a political gambit? Is it just for optics?
Both.
Yeah.
This affects the supply chain. It's the political gamble as well.
Right,
so it's like both are key factors over here.
Okay.
So like how to elaborate on it? I think Laura can help me on it.
Yeah, I mean, no, I just thinking about what you said, and I think an innovative strategy that we can use to separate the boundaries that is between the countries. And what about leveraging local immigrant communities for international trade? I mean, for example, the Japanese Development Agency in Latin America used that community to stimulate bilateral trade and economic cooperation. So, I mean, since we everywhere, I mean, if I think about Bangladesh, there's an important community of people from Bangladesh in Italy, in Rome. What about organization from Bangladesh and from Italy cooperate between them to improve commercial trade between these.
Huge prospect is there. Because see, like if like in Bangladesh we have some kind of products which are not available in any parts of the world. Like for example, if I talk about jute, the golden fiber. So this thing is not available in any parts of the world. So this jute product, and it's biodegradable, and the product quality is like you can make so many things out of that. You can make handbags. You can make. If I would have got some chances, then I could have showed you around. Like so many beautiful things are being made from this jute,
right.
But we are lacking behind in exporting it. So if Italy and Bangladesh come down on a bilateral trade planning, then these jutes, then leather products, then because leather is very available in Bangladesh. You know the because every year I don't know how many thousands of cows we slaughter. So the leather product is very available, and it's very reasonable over here. So in that sense, like leather, the demand for leather in Italy must be very high, as I suppose. And then the jute product, if you see the quality of the finished products out of jute is very interesting. Then there is even the finished products of leather, like the shoes, the wallets, and the belts, and all these things. These are also high opportunity products to be marketed in Italy. And from Italy, there must be some kind of products as well, which are more like maybe high quality cheese, and then other different products which are more needed in Bangladesh, which we don't produce. So these things can be used. These things brings the countries together. These things brings more bonding. So I think you are right in that sense. There are so many opportunities to work between not only Bangladesh and Italy, maybe with other European countries as well.
Do you think that at same times in Bangladesh there are a community of Italian that, if you know, of course?
Italian community in Bangladesh is less, to be very honest, because we don't have that many businesses over here. But in course of time, it can be encouraged, because if they can be promoted, if they can come and see the country, there are so many things. Those the other day I was giving one example, like the suburbans, the Sundarban, the place to visit. So tourism can be encouraged more in Bangladesh. So if tourism is encouraged, then Europeans are the first clients, or the first prioritized ethnic who should come down to Bangladesh and visit these places, especially Cox's Bazar, Sundarban, and Sylhet, because the longest mangrove in Bangladesh is Sundarban. The longest sea beach of the world is in Bangladesh, and it's Cox's Bazar. So these are places, if you get proper security, safety, proper accommodation, proper fooding, then this can be a different way of thinking. This is one of my suggestions, that this new government or new YEC should encourage the world to come down to Bangladesh, because Bangladesh is maybe a small country, but so many opportunities, trade-wise, tourism-wise, and investment-wise, all are there. It's just we need to explore ourselves to the other parts of the world so that people know. Because sometimes I feel, I don't know whether I should say it in front of this channel or not, but sometimes Bangladesh is recognized as, like, even if you go to other parts of the world, and even in Europe or any UK or any other countries, if you say the name Bangladesh, sometimes they don't recognize this, understand you as Indian. They're more focused onto India, but Bangladesh can be a focus as well. It should have its own identity. It should not be recognized as Indian. It is Bangladesh. Bangladesh is it is a self-born country, self-built country, and it has huge prospect.
No, and I've been to Cox's Bazaar, and the beach is certainly magnificent. It's definitely worth a visit for anyone who wants to come and see.
People should visit.
Should
visit.
Yesterday we was talking about tourism, and from a European perspective, effectively there is a sort of not clear identity, and sometimes it's something that this is a part of international, trade, economy, and prosperity. So if I can do a sort of difference between Italy and Bangladesh, for example, in Italy, I'm from the south of Italy, and in the recent year, government, regions, and cities work to communicate value of the south of Italy, and even if they're not the best infrastructure of Italy, there was a lot of success. So all Italian people in summer was in the south of Italy, especially in my region, in Puglia. So that's to say that even if Bangladesh is not the best infrastructure developing, can attract people there, and this is something that a lot of for example, people from Europe don't need to ask a visa to enter in the. So there are no barriers. You need just to communicate, and so each country has to communicate its own value and attract people and increment this business in tourism sector.
But in Europe, there seems to be a bit of a backlash against tourism now. There's over-tourism. That there's Venice is imposing sort of tourism levies and so forth. So how in terms of businesses in hotels, restaurants and stuff, how do they navigate these kind of challenges in Italy?
We are lucky because the weather in Italy is more or less always the same. In the wind, especially if I think in the south, the weather is always a good weather. So the strategy is to try to destagionalizing the tourism and put more attention on marketing and communication campaign on a city that has own story, own value, but are not so recognizable to the people. And there's some strategy to, for example, in Venice, that now you have to pay to enter in the city. I don't know. I don't have a particular opinion on that. Let's see what's happening to the city. But I think that the strategy to put more value on other city in the same region could be great, and even to destagionalizing the tourists. I think this is two way we are try to improve, and so let's see if it works.
Okay. I think we're just about out of time, but maybe you would both like to end on a final thought or a final sort of comment.
Well, thank you. Just to continue with her, like the approach she just took, and very interestingly said that, like during the winter or during some if this thing can be encouraged more during the winter, like in Bangladesh, the winter time is more very, very comfortable. It doesn't snow. The weather is very soothing and nice. So during these times, tourism can be really encouraged, and people can definitely come down to Bangladesh and enjoy these facilities that we have. And she should write a topic on this about Bangladesh to come for more tourism from Italy.
The weather at the moment, the climate is still lovely. It's
it's really lovely. It's lovely.
These are the things which needs to be put on pen and paper or onto YouTubes or onto more focus onto these things. Then only people will come to know. We keep on saying one thing: every ambassador or every other international person comes down for a job in Bangladesh, they cry, like, why in Bangladesh? They don't want to come. And once they come, then again they cry, why live in Bangladesh? So it is a fact, like once they come down to Bangladesh, once they see the hospitality, once they see the nature of the people, once they see the facilities, once they see the climate, they start loving it. And like people behind their mind abroad, they think that where will I get the food, what kind of accommodation I will get. But as I said, like once they come down, within next 2 months or 3 months, they start feeling like, well, I won't go back. So it's 2 times they cry actually. So that's how it is. So I welcome everyone to Bangladesh, and let's elaborate more onto business, because business is, as Dr. Yunus always says, go for more on social business in terms of his 3 zeros. So one of the 0 is social business. So I find it more interesting to go for bilateral business, because businesses should not be confined within your country only. Business should be explored to other parts of the world as well. Even other parts of the world should come down to your country to explore more business, because the more competition, the more better, and the more focus it is, and that's how I feel. So ease of doing business should be ease in real terms, instead of making it tough and tougher. So let's focus on that, and let's hope for the best in the near future, so that our I don't know whether our this talk show or this discussion may help a bit to this world for making it easy.
I hope
Thank
so.
you.
Yeah.
Laura, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, just to conclude, doing business is not easy, and the country sometimes, as we say in Bangladesh, but even in Italy, not help companies to, entrepreneur to build company, particularly for bureaucratic issue, for credit issues that is just complicated, and in this vision, in a world that I'm not sure if will be interconnected anymore. The important thing is to differentiate the strategy of a company. So, for one part, focus on internal business of on a country, but then even over the boundaries, and particularly an innovative strategy could be the leverage on the local immigrant community in other countries. So this is my opinion, on the topic.
Well, Lara, Morshedul, thanks very much for taking part in this fascinating discussion, and thanks very much.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
It was really
Thank you.
good talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you.